I do want to like kind of finish this off with something that has been playing in my mind so much because I heard it recently. Somebody was like, someone genuinely said to someone that they had ADHD and they actually did have it. And it was almost like it wasn't taken serious. And I could never understand why. And then I started like researching and looking about why it in the last couple of years, it's almost become normal for someone to have ADHD, where in the past it would be really like looked into. That's because when people are now asked, why do you go towards social media instead of TV? It's because I have ADHD and I can't focus for long enough for a TV show. And the problem is now we've all self diagnosed ourselves with it without saying the fact that it's just because our phone's always in our fucking hands. Do you think that maybe we've where TV shows have struggled to buy in the idea of 5 second grab people's attention straight away, we've almost bought too far into it to now we've thought, now there's something wrong with us because if it doesn't click us right away, we're done.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And good example of that is clickbait. I'm going to criticize my erstwhile colleagues at the Liverpool Echo. Who will send me a headline in the morning that says, you know, Mohamed Salah transfer drama, right? And I'm like, Mohamed Salah's leaving, so I'm clicking on it. You know, and the story is like nothing. The story is somebody in some Spanish newspaper said something about Mohamed Salah moving to Spain, whatever. It's just a load of garbage. And I feel like let down. I feel like buyer's remorse. You let me down. You gave me this headline. I spent the time to click on it. So I've given up with the Liverpool Echo's headlines because they're just got a BS all of them. They really are. But let me tell you a story. I was lucky. My kids went to a really good school. They went to a Montessori school in Washington. And one of the things that Montessori does is I noticed they were like 3 years old. One of the first lessons is pouring water. So they give the kids a big, like for a kid, a large jug, and they have to pour the water in the cup without spilling it. And to see the children all practicing this, and then the next thing is, do a wooden puzzle. Here's a wooden puzzle. Do this puzzle. You've got half an hour. Focus. They focus. You see the children focus on the puzzle. No distractions. Quiet in the classroom. No looking around. No buzzings. No, yelping stuff. Just the puzzle. And so I think doing that they build a level of concentration that is like the anti-ADHD, if you like. For us, it's like constant distraction, right? There's the phone, and it might be a new email, it might be a new text, it might be, somebody telling me to buy something or go somewhere or do something, and it's making all these sorts of noises. I mean, it's no wonder. I mean, we're glued to them. And you get to a point where it's like it's too late. You can't put it away, put it in a drawer and lock it. You can't. My son latterly was at a high school in California where they banned phones, where they banned cell phones, and he said there was like a lot of suffering. It was like people like, I want my phone back.
Yeah, there was
The world is not going to end today.
there was some,
Probably not.
there was
Maybe
some,
it's maybe tomorrow, after this election, but today it's going to be all right. And at 4 o'clock, you can have your phone back.
yeah, there was something like that, I think, in Wales as well. I'm nearly sure one of the schools tried it for like a week, taking phones off pupils. And I think one of the parents tried to like sue the school for abuse.
Well, I think that there's a genuine concern that, what do we do if there's an emergency, if there's a maniac with a gun in school, or whatever. There are those concerns, unfortunately. But I think increasing numbers of schools in America are taking the phones away from the students.